This is a space for you to have your heart broken. And I don't mean broken from a relationship or broken from what someone done to you, but broken to see a need and come alongside to make something happen. And so I'm from Chicago. Like Liz shared a little bit of my story. And I grew up in poverty, generational poverty. My grandmother raised 9 kids on welfare. She was a single mom, 5 different baby fathers. And she did the best she could with what she had. My mother was murdered at the age of 17. She had my brother at 14, had me at 16. She was shot in the head at 17, never met my father. My uncle was in a gang. He was murdered, shot in the head at 17. My aunt was in a domestic violent relationship. Her boyfriend murdered her at 28. And I had another aunt that died at 15 from a brain tumor from asbestos in the projects. And so I grew up with a huge question mark on top of my head of who am I, why am I here? I did not understand why life happened to me the way it did. And so I completely rebelled. My grandmother had one rule in our house, and it was this: I don't care what you do between 8 and 3:30, just don't come home. She just raised 9 kids. Now she's raising 9 grandkids. So school hours was vacation. No one in my family finished high school. No one in my family finished college. And so there was 2 main reasons why I went to school. Number one, I got a free meal. I was on a hot lunch plan. Because there were times I would come home and I'm hustling, eating syrup sandwiches, sugar sandwiches, literally trying to survive. I knew if I went to school, I'd have a meal for a day. The second reason why I went to school is I love gym class. Come on, somebody. I did not go to PE. I went to gym class. Old school, red dodgeball print to the face, gym class. Not these stick in the elbow dodgeballs. Come on. You know what I'm talking about? I picked up a basketball, and for me, it became an escape of reality. It didn't matter that I was the dirty kid on the block. I had holes in my shoes, and I got a ball in my hand you couldn't hold me. And it helped me escape so much pain. My dad sat next to the teachers. I was a kid that was in trouble. I was a kid that was suspended. I was in a gang by 11, and I was selling crack cocaine by the age of 14. No hope, no future. By a complete miracle, I graduated the 8th grade. I never did an ounce of work. My grandmother was a hustler. You might know what the word hustler means. My grandmother was such a hustler. My grandmother never had a driver's license a day in her life. She died at 72 years old. Not one day she ever drove. My grandmother was such a hustler. She will bum a ride off you and you will pay her gas money. So my grandmother came up with this deal with the school board and said, if LaMorris can pass the Illinois State Constitution test, we'll graduate in the 8th grade. You needed a 75 to pass. I scored a 76. And they graduated me in the 8th grade. I made it to high school by a miracle. And I was a 4-year starter on the basketball team. And I was the man. No, I was the man. And so I do whatever I wanted to do, anything I wanted to do, I did because of sports. But nobody told me at the end that popularity was pain. Drugs couldn't do it. Relationships couldn't do it. Popularity couldn't do it. I was being recruited. I always wanted to leave Chicago. I said I'd take a scholarship to Alaska, send me to Africa, just get me out of here. I ended up scoring a 14 on my ECT. How many think go to college 14? You might not raise your hand. And so all the schools that were looking at me turned their back on me. I ended up taking a scholarship to community college. I played 1 year of basketball there. When I was 19 years old, I had an encounter. It changed my life. My first cousin was the leader of a gang in our neighborhood. He had nearly 200 kids under his authority. They carried guns for him. They carried dope for him. Whatever he told them to do, they did. He meets this girl, walks her home. Her dad locks him in the living room and tells him the story of Jesus Christ. Then his life changed. I watched his life. He sat me down, told me the same story. Then my life has radically changed. From that one decision of my life being redeemed, I finished at the community college with an associate's degree, first in my family, transferred to my bachelor's and master's degree. I'm the first ever in my family to attend college, and I'm taking my college. And so for the sake of time, that's my short story. And some of you thinking, what does that story have to do with me? We're from northern Kentucky and we ballin'. Do anyone know what ballin' means? We got a couple things in common, but for the sake of time, let me just say this. There will always come a time, or has been in your life, where you needed someone else's belief in you to be more, because there was a time you didn't believe in yourself. And that's exactly why you're here. There are people on the other side of these stories that need you to believe in them. And so I want to take you to a text in the Bible really fast. I'm not going to be long. It's the story of Jesus. It's in the book of Luke chapter 10. And just to paraphrase the story, Jesus doing his thing. And this guy thinks he's a know-it-all, comes up to Jesus. And he asks him this very peculiar question. It was a lawyer. He says, what must I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus said, you know the law. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. And he said to him, what kind of speaking did you think you was getting? It's not going to change because there's 95% of white people in the world. That was the LaMorris Crawford translation. We stick to the New King James. But he goes, Jesus said, do this and you will live. And the scripture says, but he wanted to justify himself, said to Jesus, well, who is my neighbor? And so Jesus gives him a parable. And here it is. He says, Jesus answered him and said, a certain man was going down from Jericho to Jerusalem and fell among thieves who stripped him of his clothing, wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. So this man is taking a walk. Scholars tell us it's about 17 miles. It would take a little over 8 hours to walk. And this certain man, he's unnamed. We don't know where he's from. We don't know the color of his skin. We know he's a certain man. We could assume some things. And he gets beat down, robbed, and left half dead. Now, by chance, everyone say by chance. By chance. Now, by chance, a certain priest came down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Now, if you know anything about biblical texts, a priest really didn't touch anything unclean. He's bleeding, he's battered. So he sees the man and walks by the other side. Stay with me. 32, likewise a Levite, when he arrived at the place, came and looked. Come on. But he passed by on the other side. Who was the Levite? He assisted the priest. So at least this brother came and took a look. Now the priest said, I'm not coming near you. But this brother came and looked. But he walked by on the other side. Come on, squad in this room. I'm about to preach. 33. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was. Come on. Came where he was. And he saw him. Come on. Come on. But he had compassion. Why? His heart was broken. See, there's some people in this room that maybe you have seen some things. Maybe you came to the toe of wanting to help someone, but have your heart been broken when you see these videos? What breaks you? You know the problem with our society? No one cares. Come on, that's right. It's one thing to be able to write a check. It's a whole other thing to go and give hours of your time to serve people who don't look like you, who don't have your bank account, who don't drive your car. If we're going to change the world, we need compassion. Yes. Some of us are way too comfortable. It is quiet in this room. You need to get to a point to where it hurts. Yes, that's right. Because that's where you meet people in the gutter. Amen. I am standing here today because people believed in me in a time where I did not believe in myself. I don't know how my grandmother did it. There was no Master's Provision on the south side of Chicago. That's right. But you have an opportunity for your heart to meet the heart of people who's broken around the world in your backyard. Never complain about what you permit. You can do something. What are you willing to do? Let me finish the story. You got to put a countdown clock up there.
Keep on.
So the Good Samaritan came by him, saw him, and had compassion. See, compassion causes you to move, not sit still. So that's what the brother did. 34. So he went to him, bandaged his wounds, poured oil and wine, and he set him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Why? Because compassion is action. We have to look outside ourselves if we're going to change the world. We have got to kill this selfish mentality. Many of you have needs and you're comfortable. You need to break. Come on. I serve the most influential people on the planet. You know what the number one watched televised event on American soil? The Super Bowl. Watching news knock each other across the head. The most influential people on the planet. You know what our message is to them? The reason why you got this platform, it's not about you. As a matter of fact, everything in your life has nothing to do with about you. Everything you have is about someone else. What are you going to do with it? You're not here by accident. Some of y'all been tricked on coming here. It's going to be free food. Meal going to be nice. You get a little time off work. Come on. Come on. No, y'all writing some checks today. Come on. So this brother did something. And look what he did. This is awesome. On the next day, everyone say next day.
Next day.
On the next day, when he departed, he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said to him, take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will repay you. He took his resources to make a difference. Now you're talking about being better together. There's a broken man, a certain man, and an innkeeper. When was the last time anybody preached on an innkeeper in this story? Why? Listen to this. This is so powerful. We, by the text, can assume that the man that was beaten down was Jewish. Look at it. From the text, we can assume. We know Jesus was very intentional in telling us that the man who helped him was a Samaritan. Now, we know he's talking to a Jewish lawyer. And you got to understand that Samaritans and Jews did not get along. I'm in an interracial marriage. My wife is white. I cannot be with her in 1919. Are you with me? Come on, somebody. Right? So this would have been like 1909, come on, in South Kentucky. Come on, somebody. Let me go deeper. Mississippi. The struggle would have been real. So Jesus is getting us in here on something. That people who not supposed to hang out, people who don't live in the suburbs, he had compassion on them. And the innkeeper is watching them. Did you imagine? What a witness to the innkeeper! That a Jewish man is helping a Samaritan? And he ain't just talking about it. Come on. Sitting in nice living rooms and having an opinion about everything that comes on the news. What are you willing to do about it? Come on. You have an opportunity, just like this man, to use your resources to make things better. Amen. Now, I know some of your time by time, maybe you can't go volunteer, but your check can go a long way. Come on, somebody. The ministry has been proven to be faithful with what's been given. But look at the base of the question. Catch this. The man asked, what do I do to inherit eternal life? This poses a question. Do what you have and how you give it, can that affect your eternity? Isn't that interesting? Remember me? Remember Gladiator. Come on, man. Yeah. Is that 10 to 2, man? Remember this quote? What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Amen.
You think God blessed you with the resources you have to keep it? Oh, you think you're that talented that you got it on your own? Oh, no, brother. Everything you have belongs to the Lord. The question is, how are you storing it? If you can't give back to uplift people who can't uplift themselves, that's the problem. Come on, somebody. So if we're going to be better together, y'all need to write y'all checks today. Maybe you need to X off one of the days for vacation. Come on, somebody. Maybe it's worth the investment so another life can be changed. Maybe a kid's life can be changed. Maybe a high school in your county can be changed. Maybe you got fear of going. But just know your resources can go. Could you imagine the impact he had on the innkeeper by what he did? Why? People are watching you. You can't attempt to hold your community to a standard that you're not willing to live by. That's hypocritical. Come on. We can't look at the news and turn our nose up at a certain culture because things happening if we're not willing to get out our comfortable chairs to go do something. Thank God for Master Provisions. Because they're willing to go places that you're not. But you can aid them.
Amen. Amen.
Come on. So when them dollars go, you're present. Come on, somebody. Why? Because where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You cut the check, your heart goes with you. I don't know about you. My heart goes where my money go. Come on. My wife leaned over and said, baby, we got to get something Master Provisions. I'm like, yeah, I still got to pay the bills. But no, we believe, so we going to do something. Come on. It's quiet in this room. I'm almost done. So Mike, what's the time? Give me something. 1:11, 2:12. I need 3 minutes. Something. Tell me something. I'm almost done. So Jesus asked the man the question. So which of these three do you think was neighbor to him who fell among thieves? And he said, he who showed mercy. There's some people in this ministry that needs mercy. But you don't talk about it. You show it. Come on. Show mercy. Then Jesus said to him, go and do likewise. I'm not Jesus, evidently. But I'm admonishing you to go and do likewise. Do something today that will make an impact tomorrow. Do something in these next moments that will make you uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, that's when compassion is birthed. It can't be just because I can. You need to be sweating when you write that thing. Come on, somebody. This is the day when you tell Dave Ramsey, I'm cool with the plan. But I'm hearing the voice of God this afternoon. Come on, somebody. I'm done. You got an exit. No last story. Oh, one last story.
The more you talk, the more we make.
When I was in 7th grade, I had a math teacher named Miss Brink. I couldn't stand Miss Brink. And Miss Brink couldn't stand me. We did not get along. I told you I was a kid suspended, I was in trouble. But I had a best friend named Darlene Bailey. And me and Darlene was like this. But we literally, no exaggeration, we literally grew up on opposite sides of the track. She had a mom, she had a dad, they worked. She was valedictorian of our class, 4.0 student of the month, and here I am, knucklehead, barely making it, but we were best friends. Anytime in gym class I had first pick in basketball, who did I pick? Darlene Bailey. So we graduate, my miracle story, she spoke in graduation. Come on, somebody. We make it to high school. She started in softball, basketball, and volleyball. She was a 3-sport athlete. She actually won state in softball. Right before graduation, I seen her, she goes, LaMorris, you know what? I don't know if I ever told you this. But one day in school, Ms. Brink pulled me to the side and said, Darlene, don't hang around LaMorris Crawford because he's not going to amount to you. So I was like, I ain't like Ms. Brink anyway. I don't care. So my life changed at 19. I get my undergraduate degree. I'm working at the university I graduated from. And in my office on lunch one day, guess who came to my mind? How many guys know Google will change your life? I Googled Ms. Brink. She is less than 10 miles from my office. On my lunch break. She's an elementary school teacher. On my lunch break. I beelined it to her school. I stepped out that car. Brother was looking good. I just got a haircut. I had a tie on, suit. Come on, somebody. Kid from the projects with a suit on. That's a miracle! When I walked in that school, my chest out, big old smile on my face. How you doing, man? I'm the secretary. How you doing, man? My name is LaMorris Crawford. I'm a former student of Ms. Brink. She goes, oh, Ms. Brink loves seeing former students. And I'm thinking in my mind, oh, she gonna love seeing me. She said, go ahead, have a seat in her office. She's down talking to another teacher. She'll be back soon. So I go sit in the office and I sit with my back to the door on purpose. A few minutes later, I hear these two ladies chit-chatting. She walks in, I stand up, and I look her right in her face. And she's staring at me like, I know you. And I'm thinking, I know you know me. I ran you out that school. And she goes, LaMorris Crawford? I said, yes, ma'am. How you doing, Miss Brink? She said, how you doing? I said, actually, Miss Brink, I'm here to tell you that Darlene Daly told me what you said about me. Hey, is this true? I said, absolutely. That's my wife. She's right there. I said, Miss Brink, I want to let you know that I forgive you and to let you know that God loves you. And I love her. She starts crying on my shoulder, bawling. And here's the moral of the story. Never allow another person's opinion of you to become your reality. Amen. Come on. And gaining things on earth, when you die, there will not be a U-Haul truck attached to your casket. While all your friends, don't worry about what they think about you. You write checks and help change some lives. Come on, somebody, I'm better.